Faking Sanity. We're back from Prince George, from the Fibre Fest, which we'll talk about later. I'm Lou, or Ange.
I'm Sid.
And we run a yarn shop, coffee shop, bookstore.
Used bookstore.
In Dawson Creek, BC, Canada. And yeah, we'll just talk with you about some knitting.
And I'll do a funky dance.
Knitting and spinning and stuff. So
and yarn. Yarn. Sorry.
Why don't you start with some whips?
Okay.
Right into the meat of the program
today. Right into
today.
the knitting.
I have no silly things to say to start, sorry.
Hey. Well, my first whip, you saw last week.
It's getting a little bigger. It's so stunning.
It's this awesome cabled shawl. It is Taliesin by Lucy Hague.
It's fabulous.
And you can get the patterns on their own on Ravelry, or she's got a book, either ebook on Ravelry or book called Celtic Cable Shawls.
Love book.
It's a book, like one of those books. And it's fabulous. Like, I mean, it's the most difficult cables I've ever done. It's got cabling on the back. Some of the others in the book are quite easy, but this one just, it's just so cool.
But it's the most challenging one.
It's most challenging. I love it. No, it's the second
most?
from most. It starts with the easiest patterns in the book and gets harder and harder. And I did the first one and then skipped to the second from the last.
It looks fabulous in the Cascade.
So it's supposed to be in fingering weight, and I'm doing it in Cascade Eco, which is they label it as a chunky.
But it's more of an Aran or heavy Aran, I'd say.
It is fabulous. It looks very brown on the camera.
Yeah, it's a little bit grayish brown.
Yeah, but it's fabulous. I'm so excited. I'm doing this massive shawl that I can just, basically, it's going to be a blanket that I can
It's going to be a schlanket, yeah.
A schlanket. I like it.
A shawl blanket.
Yes, I like it. Yeah, I love it. And it's so fun. It is one that I don't tend to take with me. I've got an easy whip on the go as well. It's a little more, most of the purl rows are just purl rows. It's also, the cables are on a garter background rather than a reverse stockinette. So there is a lot of purling in this baby. But, oh, I love it.
It's so nice.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So that's my big whip. That's what I've been working on mainly.
Very cool.
Okay, what's about you?
My main whip has been, it's a brand new project you haven't seen. You've seen the pattern before.
She's done it before.
Because I liked it so much I decided to do it again. So it's the Kaarre hat by Maria Kostamovaara out of our Whimsy DK. So it's just slip stitches in the front there that show off the color transitions in this yarn amazingly.
Yeah, it's a really good pattern for this yarn.
Well, this is our Whimsy DK, and this color, the bookseller, is grey with lots of different, very subtle colors in it. But I really like slip stitches was what I was thinking of when I grabbed it, so I knew I wanted a slip stitch pattern. And once I had knit the other hat in this, I was like, oh, this is the perfect pattern to show it off.
Yeah.
And it was such a fun knit. So
I'm going to knit that pattern too.
I started it in the car, like literally in the car on the way. And there were a few panicky moments where I wasn't knitting at all and just holding my knitting tightly. But
I'm surprised there isn't like chunks of this where it's like sucked in like this, because she was like, I'm going to knit so I don't panic in the car.
I didn't panic too badly.
No, except when my car started making funny noises.
It made really bad noises.
It did. It ended up being the speaker. It was no big deal, but it started just as we left Mackenzie Junction. You guys don't need but anyway, basically it's up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere, and there is nowhere to pull over. Like there isn't even
a shoulder.
So we drove for about 10 minutes just listening to this sound going, oh, I wonder what that is.
And it started with a, and then it got to a, and then it got with it at the end. It was very nerve-wracking.
But that's right. I found a pullout. We pulled over, and the minute she opened the door, I was like, oh, the sound moved. It has to be the speaker. Yeah. So, yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, I got
lots of knitting done.
A fair bit of knitting done
That's
on
very
the car
good
ride.
For you.
I don't tend to read or knit in the car for more than 10-20 minutes at a time, because I have a tendency to get headaches and a little nauseous. But
yeah.
I got about half of this done in the car, and then the rest of it has been this week's knitting mostly. and I should finish it this week.
Yeah, that's a very fast knit for you.
Yeah, I'm just about at the crown now. I think I've got another 1/2 inch, so.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend the pattern. It's super well written. It's super clear.
Was it a free
it looks
one?
amazing. Yeah.
Of course it was, yes.
I do
we
have
do a
some,
lot of free patterns.
I do have some purchased patterns, and I've
Yep.
purchased some recently, but
there's just such
there's so many amazing free patterns.
Yes,
and
yes, I agree.
I like to try them to know whether I can recommend them to like our Knit Night ladies or
Yeah.
anybody who asks if there's something free to go with yarn that they purchase. So
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my first whip.
My other whip is pink.
Shocking.
I don't know what it is about the pink lately. Okay, so Ange dyed these amazing sets. They are identical gradient 50-gram balls.
Yeah.
And it's this kind of marbled gradient we came up with.
Don't think
It
you
doesn't.
can
It
see
doesn't really show. It
maybe in the.
It doesn't show up in the.
You can kind of see lighter specks in the toe there, and those are the marbly part. So it doesn't get lighter until
Yeah.
pull it back here. You can kind of see it's getting lighter here. Oh yeah, right there. You can see a little bit the marbled effect.
Really, really cool. She did up 4 of these, and I claimed one. Bought it off her.
I needed a shop sample, so I told
Yeah,
her
I
she could
started
have
knitting
it
it.
if I get to use it as a sample.
Oh, I'm buying it. Anyway, and she sold all 3 of the other ones at Prince George, so it was definitely a hit, and
Yeah.
there will be more.
Definitely got to do more of those.
Wow, they look like nipples. Okay, pink. I don't know what it is. I am not a pinker. I used to, despise pink.
You have been so attracted to pink lately, though. Like, so many pinks have been on your needles.
I know. I don't know what it is, but, I literally used to despise pink.
And tons of different shades of pink,
Yeah,
too.
the other thing, I didn't mind, a dusky rose that was, didn't look very pinky. Now I'm like, oh, all the pink. I don't know what it is.
It's because she's crazy.
But it's great. It's fabulous. And this is amazing yarn. Good job.
I lucked out. That was the first base I tried from my new supplier, and I knew as soon as I tried it, it was going to be.
It's the
one of my
MCN
regulars.
base. It is amazing, and it's so soft. I can't believe I'm making MCN socks, but so yes, socks. Anyway, I'm basically using my standard toe-up sock pattern that I do for everything, but I added a pattern on the front.
Yay,
I
stitch
haven't been doing
patterns.
lately. So it is the stitch pattern from Hermione's Everyday Socks
Yeah.
by Erica Lueder. I love it. I really like the 4-row stitch patterns. They just seem to make your knitting go really fast.
Yeah.
And really easy to remember. And yeah, it's lovely. So, and I'll probably do a Fisher Lips Kips Heel. That's by Socks Therapist. Yeah. I'm just so happy. It's starting to change colors.
Yeah, you're just
and I
getting-
think this one is going to be dark at the toe, light at the top. And I'm going to do them tall socks. And then the other one's going to be opposite, I think.
They're fun.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
Those would look good with your gray skirts.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I have some skirts, and I tend to wear them with really high socks, so I don't have to shave my legs.
Well, and lots of them are gray.
Yeah,
gray
I
or
have
navy.
gray
and
or
that
black.
would look really good.
I don't have navy. You just see navy.
Okay.
We see colors differently. It's really strange.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm very happy with them. So I'm getting to... Actually, I should be probably doing the heel soon because I have short
Wow,
feet.
you have short feet.
I have short feet. So that's my
That
other
is
whip.
nowhere near my heel.
Yeah.
My next whip is just a continuation of one you've seen before. It was my hand-dyed, hand-spun sock. I was doing this for the HH Sock Along by Comhuse or Homestead Hobbyist. So it's a fair bit further than it was. I think it was about here the last time you saw it. But this is still a good 1.5 inches away from my heel start. But the colors are starting to transition now more into the bluey purples. Yeah, I love how it's looking. And they're going to be fabulous socks. So, and I still have a fair ways to go though. But this is for both socks.
Yeah.
So I'll knit to the middle of the blue here for the first sock, and then I'll start the other.
You'd
from
been
the blue
talking
up.
about doing shorty ones. Are you going to...
No,
gonna
I
see?
think I'm just going to see how long they are.
Okay.
If if I get to the end of the purple before I get into the blue at the heel or before, they'll probably be shorties, but I really like the blue, so I want to show it off. So
She uses a lot of yarn in her socks because she knits toe armor.
I do.
These are very...
Those are very dense.
They could stand up on their own, I'm sure.
Not quite.
But yes, they are very, very dense fabric.
I'm really hard on my socks, and if I dyed it and spun it and knit it, and I'm slow at all of those, I want to make sure that they last more than 3 wears.
Yeah,
So
they're gonna be great.
yeah, I'm gonna love them.
Yes.
I already do. And if they feel fine on my hands, they're gonna be fine on my feet because they're way less sensitive. So.
I can't wait to see how it, like, once you wash it,
Yeah,
how it softens up.
yeah.
Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Pinks and purples.
Knitting.
Hey, look, I sort of match you, and your socks sort of match me.
Yeah, kinda. We have no finished objects.
Yeah.
It was not a finishing kind of week.
Well, we got back from the Fibre Fest on Sunday night.
Monday night.
Oh, Monday night. And Monday afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday
Like
afternoon.
5.
And then rebuilt the whole yarn shop.
We had like emptied the wall of yarn to take in my Yaris.
Yeah.
We had it shoved full.
And we got home, and I think we both crashed. I slept 12 hours, 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I was just exhausted.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, so the Fibre Fest was a lot of fun. We got to meet all sorts of people and everything. But it was it was just exhausting weekend.
Yeah.
The whole packing it up and driving, and I hit snow in the pass, which, fun. And
That's not a fun road.
Between here and Prince George, there is basically the Rockies. It's an offshoot of the Rockies. So I went over the Rockies.
And there's this little windy road that goes...
Yeah, it's actually better than when I was a kid, but I had never...
no shoulders or very little shoulders and very few places to pull over.
No, it was fine. There's just one section that's...
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it was exhausting. And then so Sunday all day was the Fibre Fest. Basically, we got back to our hotel and we were like, I'm hungry, but I don't think I can people anymore. So we just went and got pizza from the place next to our hotel and ate it while watching How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
It was on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
And then Monday it was packing up and we did some shopping on Monday.
Yeah, we had to go hit the local yarn shop.
And the local bookstore. I didn't bring the books I bought. Oh well.
Oh,
that's okay.
You're silly.
But yeah, shall we show off some of our stuff?
Yeah. So that's the Prince George Fibre Fest. It was part of the Great Northwest Great Northwest Yarn Crawl and Fibre Fest was the new name when they added the Alberta shops. It was originally Playing with Strings. So.
Well, no, it's Playing with String, the Great... It's a very long name. But anyway, it's fabulous. We did a Fibre... We were part of a yarn crawl all summer, and then we went to this Fibre Fest, and there were some other vendors, so we went shopping.
It was fun.
Yes.
It was fun seeing some in person, and some I had never heard of, and they were amazing.
But fabulous. Okay,
yeah.
So...
you start.
Okay. I gotta show off my bag first. Okay, so... Tara Bogh was sitting next to us. She had a table, and she makes these fabulous knitting project bags, and I'm a sucker for a knitting project bag. So I got a massive one. It's huge. It's got so much stuff in it, and it's got these fabulous. We weren't sure if I say they're dinosaurs.
Yeah, I think they're dinosaurs.
Tara wasn't sure if they were giraffes or dinosaurs, so she was calling them giraffosaurs. But
I hadn't heard that.
But it looks like Eddie.
It does.
I should have brought Eddie.
Our little mascot.
So,
same color as him, too.
Same color, and it's fabulous.
And there's got this huge, long drawstring.
Huge long drawstring. I could actually put it over my shoulders. And it's got a pocket inside, and it's massive. It's great. Oh, it's got, 2 pockets inside. I missed the side one. And she also gave us a notions pouch. It's little birdies. Yeah. They're so cute.
She was so sweet too. We chatted with her all day. The day, and it was so fun.
polka dots inside. And so she was teaching, she has a pattern that she calls Sockception, and it's knitting 2 socks at a time using double knitting techniques. It looks fabulous, and I want to try it. I don't know if I can do double knitting, but I really want to try it.
Oh, you totally can. If you can rib, you can double knit.
Oh, no, it's the 2 different kinds of, it's holding 2 different yarns.
But you do that for 2 at a time socks.
No, you don't. You knit across, and then you drop it, and you grab the other yarn.
Oh,
you don't do it.
You don't do it from 2 different balls?
Well, yes, of course you do,
okay.
But your socks are side by side for 2 at a time.
It's closer to how I do color work, but you don't.
Yeah. I don't do any color work at all. I've wanted to try double knitting. I've just been kind of intimidated. So maybe I'll make it part of this. Pointing at our list. Anyway.
Pointing at our list. We have a list today.
That was my first acquisition.
So
yes, that was my first acquisition.
I got a bag from Tara too. I actually was debating the one Cindy got at the beginning.
We each had about 4 bags that we liked on her table, and so then as people bought ones, we were like, okay, yes, it's narrowing down. I'll be able to choose.
Well, and I knew I didn't want to spend money first thing. Because then if somebody else shows up and you regret, like, I don't like that. I like to think about it for a long time. Since I can't do research, I've got to think about it a long time. She's laughing because I research everything. But this was one of the other ones that I really liked.
It's so cute.
And
it's so bright.
These fabulous cats on it. I'm not a cat person, but I just love the fabric. And then this really bright striped fabric is the back and the edging.
It's so bright and cheerful.
Handle strap, and the inside is like green polka dots and bubbles, I guess, not polka dots, but
so cute.
I really love it, and it's a good size. It's a bit bigger than my other project bags, but I love it. And she included little stitch markers.
Oh yeah, mine was a dinosaur.
Yeah.
No, yeah, dinosaur.
Yeah, you had a little dinosaur, and I got a little bead one, and she was just so sweet, and I loved her bags.
Yes,
and
we really liked her.
At the end of the day, she let us both pick a notions pouch.
Sure,
so
do you have yours with you?
Yeah, I got this one. And they're just little simple notions pouches. They'll fit like cable needles and stitch markers and stuff. And it's got kind of a sky fabric inside, just modeled. And this is kind of like a alcohol ink watercolor marbly effect on the outside. It's just really pretty. Anyway, I loved it. And if you are looking for her stuff, she always has 5 or 6 at Top Drawer in Prince George, if you're in the area.
And she also has an Instagram.
Yep, and she said she usually posts when she has some extra ones on her Sockception group in Ravelry. Oh. And she said they usually sell out from there. Yeah. So if you're looking for her bags, she's got a bunch of different styles and a bunch of different fabrics. And she sells them on a Ravelry group, Sockception, and in Prince George at Top Drawer Yarn Studio.
Yeah. It's awesome. Okay, next.
Yeah.
We both got something else as well.
Yes. Oh, we both got a similar thing, too.
Yes. We each got a skein from Tumble Mountain Yarns, hand dyers out of McBride, which is down by Prince George. It's pretty. I really had a color theme going on. You'll see all the yarn I got over the weekend was the same color, but so pretty. And it's a great, you probably can't, yeah, you can kind of see the twist there. It's a little different from a lot of the hand dyes because it's not merino. It's a Peruvian Highland wool and nylon. And I'm so excited to knit with it. It's just so pretty.
It's a lot softer than some of the other, like if you've tried like Knit Picks Highland wool or whatever. This is much, much softer and yet still got a really high twist. It'll be great for socks. This is definitely going to be socks for me. I need some socks.
No idea.
I need some socks, so this will be it. And I love, I've been feeling these bright acidy greens so much lately.
I'm back to the blues. Blues. Yeah, and they dye like just one of a kind colors, and they're fabulous.
Yeah, and I think she said this was her first or second show.
Yeah. Don't think they're selling online yet, but
yeah,
we'll keep an eye out.
definitely check them out if they're at a Fibre fair near you or Fibre Fest near you. Check them out. Their yarns are beautiful. She had such a variety in her yarns and she had a lot of self-striping ones too, which I don't typically have the patience to do. I have one type of self-striping that I do, and that's it, because they're more labor intensive, and I prefer. She's in a weird mood.
I'm always in a weird mood.
Anyway,
but yeah,
they're
lovely,
gorgeous
lovely
yarns,
yarn.
and they feel amazing.
Tumble Mountain
And
yarns.
You know how I feel about squish.
Squishy, squishy, squishy. It is great.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I got a couple more things you got something else at Fibre Fest too. Okay, well, I'll talk about mine first. I got something from Top Drawer because they're the yarn store in Prince George, or one of the yarn stores in Prince George, and they had a table there. They didn't have nearly as much as we did. We took a little too much.
We overdid it a little.
They had no idea. But they had some Sweet Georgia, and I haven't had any Sweet Georgia yet, and I really liked this color. So I went for
saturated.
It's so pretty. It's their Superwash DK, and this is called Windswept.
You're gonna make a hat for yourself?
I'm not sure what I'm gonna make. Probably a hat. It's always a hat. Always a hat.
I'm starting to feel the love for the hats.
I started wearing my hats. It's hat weather now.
It is. It's definitely fall.
Yeah. So I am going to dig out all of my hats and wear a different hat every day. But yeah, so that's so pretty. I like it.
It's really nice.
Okay.
I didn't buy. I did.
She bought one more thing.
I was gonna say I have one other thing from the Fibre Fest, but I did
and
buy
that.
one more thing. I bought two more things. Apparently, I spent a lot of money. Actually, I didn't. I did a really good job.
Yeah.
These were an amazing deal. So they had a featured designer, Nikki Epstein. Or Epstein. And they had a bunch of her books on fabulous deals, like $5 to $10 each. And this
one's really cool.
Knitting Over the Edge. I've looked at hers before, and some of her designs are interesting, but I don't know that I'd wear a lot of them. But I was just going to show.
But it has really cool thing. It's all different kinds of edgings.
So really cool edgings. I don't want to show the pattern here, but really cool edgings that are like different. And some colorwork edgings, and I've been really feeling the colorwork lately, so I thought that might be a really useful thing for me, because I've got a couple of ideas in my head that I didn't know how to finish. Like, I just didn't have an edge for to finish it off well. So
and she just comes up with some just really interesting.
Yeah, and some are colorwork ones, some are like mosaic, like slip stitch ones, some are fringes, some are cables, some are lace,
a little
some
of
are
everything.
appliques.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it, and for $10 it was a steal. Like,
yes,
I love reference books, and this will definitely be one I keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I got at the fest was Natalie Wolf was there making stitch markers. Yeah. She makes some cool stitch markers. But it's a stitch marker row counter.
And progress keeper.
Yeah, so basically you can put this end on as a stitch marker or use this end as a progress keeper. And it's got the row counter on it, so you can keep track of your rows. And I just thought that was such a cool idea.
Yeah, everything all in one.
Yeah.
Less tools to carry. And they've got cool little beads on the end.
Yeah, little ceramic beads and... Yeah, really cool little thing. She just started making them. Yeah. So I got one. And she gave us one, so we're going to include it in some kind of prize sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a really neat idea.
Yeah, I just loved the idea.
Yeah.
And I loved her stitch markers too, but I can't justify buying stitch markers because I make stitch markers. But yeah, I could definitely justify this because it was such a neat idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
Oh, she's total sweetheart.
We talked about her once before when she came up through Dawson.
Yes.
And she told us like one of our yarns wasn't available in Prince George, so that we had an idea
of what to bring.
Sort of how big a table or what the setup was going to be like, so that we had a better idea what to bring. we still miscalculated.
And took way too much.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It worked. It worked. We had all sorts of display stuff and it worked.
Yeah. I think, the fact that our boxes doubled as display stuff.
Yeah.
And the display stuff we did have was collapsible, meant we could get a lot more in our car. Her car.
Yeah, you keep calling it our car. It's my car.
It's the car I ride in every day.
Scottish,
It's
yeah.
her car, but
It's my car.
but yeah, it worked well. It was funny when we got there, though. We were setting up.
You just lost your voice.
Yeah, we were setting up, and I think it was Bonnie was like, "Oh, it shows you guys have done this before. You're so well organized, and everything's going up so quickly." And we're like, "Nope, winging it every second of it."
Yeah, yeah.
But it was a fun day.
It killed her. We winged it. We wung it.
I was a little stressed until the doors open, to the point where Tara even offered like space in the corner of her booth to move stuff to while we were setting up, and she asked if she could help put stuff up for us.
Everybody was, and then when we were taking down all our stuff, everybody was like, "Let us help," because we were, of course, the last ones out of there.
Yeah.
Because we had the most junk. Everybody else, all the other vendors, Top Drawer had already packed up by the end, but all the other vendors had kind of like 2 bins worth of stuff.
Yeah.
And we had a lot.
We had
a lot of stuff.
3 massive bins.
3 massive bins.
Plus 7 of the giant, 3-foot high by 2-foot wide vacuum bags. Mm-hmm. Plus crates of display stuff.
And
6
file boxes. And it was just ridiculous. We
like
had
the big
way too
banker
much
boxes.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Way too much stuff. It was so much fun, though.
I think the funnest thing was on the way out when we were carrying stuff out. And Bonnie's husband was like, "You fit all of that into that little car," because she drives a Yaris.
It's like a clown car. You can fit so much into it.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
But
Your
anyway,
last acquisition?
my last acquisition was from the local Spinners Guild in Fort St. John.
Nope, Prince
in Prince George. And I love BFL, and this was a nice little braid of BFL, and
Yeah.
it's super soft. It's really nicely done, and I thought I'd treat myself to some fiber. It was a really good price too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't have tons, but what they had was really nice.
Yeah. And I chatted with the lady at that booth about weaving and stuff. She was doing some really cool weaving.
Liz bought some coasters from her,
they're beautiful.
her little
And she was
looms.
doing, okay, so I do mini socks, right? You've seen my mini socks. They're like this big. She was doing mini socks on 000 needles. She also had
and they were hand spun.
50 needles.
Yeah.
Quintuple 0 needles.
Yeah.
That she did mini socks on. It was amazing, yeah, and it was with hand spun, like cobweb lace, basically.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous because she'd gotten these little sock blocker keychains, and so she designed socks to fit them.
Yeah.
They were so cute, but oh my goodness.
They would be
The amount
so
of
much
work into one of those, yeah. And then she had all sorts of really cool, like, little tiny weaving and stuff that she did. It was ridiculous. It was so cool.
It was.
Okay,
It was really cool.
so that was the Fibre Fest, and then we also have acquisitions from the... Oh, no, you have one more thing. She won a prize.
I have one more. We're going to pause because I hear someone at the door.
Nope, they're not at the door.
Nope. Okay.
It must have just been
I'm
walking
hearing
by.
things.
Oh, no, you definitely heard. It was there, but they're not at the door.
So there were tons of prizes at the Fibre Fest.
Tons.
It was pretty quiet. Like, there weren't a lot of people there. So if you're in the area next year, definitely give it a look. It was a nice wide open space in the hall, and they had a little cash bar for lunch. There was soups and sandwiches and stuff, and there was an area for demos and classes, and plus all the vendor booths.
Yeah, they did
even
some
had
workshops
live music.
and- yeah.
So definitely check it out, because it was sad that it was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't dead. It was definitely worth our
Yeah.
while to go. But every shop that participated in the yarn crawl, plus a few other people or businesses, donated prizes for throughout the day. So there was a whole table of prizes. So they were drawing like 3 or 4 prizes at a time
Every
hour.
Yeah. And anyone who did the yarn crawl could send down their the pages from their yarn crawl passport to be put in for the draws, and I don't think a lot of people did that. It tended to be just the people who came to Fibrefest.
Yeah, there were a few people who weren't there,
So
I think
next
a few
year
people did
we're going to get everyone who comes through here to give us their draw slips, and and we'll get them down there, and then
yeah, because if you've done the yarn crawl, even if you couldn't go to the Fibrefest, you can still get your name into the draws. So one of the draws near the end of the day was a prize from Hippie Strings, which was hysterical because it's pretty much the only one we go to on a regular basis.
And regular is like every 3-4 months.
Yeah, on the long weekends.
Yeah.
And they drew my name for it. So it came in their Hippie Strings tote bag.
It's a great little tote bag.
It is. It's a fabulous little tote bag. And with a Gingersnap sock
yeah.
blank. And it's this beautiful, like, blue to green to pink and yellow.
Bright.
Super, like it looks neon because it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually brighter than it's showing on the screen. It is amazing.
Okay.
And I love how she does.
Edge.
I know. We've been doing sock blanks and we're like, how did she do that?
Look at this edge. And it just pulls out like a normal sock blank. But I love how tidy it looks.
Yeah.
I haven't mastered that skill yet.
Nope.
But her edges are fabulous. Yeah. Anyway, so that was part of the prize.
Bright.
And it came with Silver Tings stitch markers, a set of those.
They're so pretty.
And they're out of the area. They're local as well.
Local
to
Hippie Strings.
Oh, I said hip strings. That's Jill in the States. Hippie Strings. And it also came with a journal.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like my voice
cracked.
Yeah. I'm an adolescent boy. You didn't know
I
that.
think this might become my dying journal.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Yeah.
I thought there was something else.
I thought so too, but I moved it out and I couldn't find...
And I did, like, when we were packing up, I was packing up as fast as I could. I just took the bag and I shoved, like, everything into it.
No, I think it's already in use somewhere, but I couldn't think of what it was that I got.
Yeah. But anyway.
But there was something else in it as well. But anyway, it was such a treat.
Such a cool prize.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Hippie Strings.
Yeah. That was
I'm sorry, I thought I turned off the...
Put it on airplane mode.
No, I just have to silent it. I just forgot. Nobody ever contacts me. Except apparently Dano.
That was my last thing from Fibrefest.
Yes, but then the next morning, we went to Top Drawer.
Yes.
Because we can't be in Prince George without actually going to the yarn store there and the bookstore. And they're in the same building, so.
They are. Such a cool bookstore, too.
Books & Co. Books and Company in Prince George. Fabulous bookstore.
And it's all, like, remainders and stuff. So
No, it's not.
Oh, a lot of them were that I looked at.
What you looked at were tons of new books.
There were tons.
They had
of
lots
stuff
of
at
bargain
great
books.
prices because they were remainders.
Yeah, bargain books are.
Yeah, fabulous.
I bought 3. I do not remember what they were now, but it was really funny. One of them, I was like, "Oh, I really want this." No, I can. That's fine, and I didn't get it. And then it came into the store yesterday. So guess what came home with me?
Because she needs more books.
I have stacks and stacks of books, and I've just been in start-itis mode. I've just been like starting
everything
and been like, nah, this isn't what I'm in the mood for. Nah. But I did buy something at Top Drawer. I got this great. It's Nako Calico Jack R, and it is 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, out of Turkey, I think. But it's fabulous, and look, the colors, blues and turquoises are fabulous.
And ironically, it's not for her.
It's not for me. It is for Dano, who just texted me. But I got 2 skeins, and I was like, well, either I will give it to her to crochet something out of, but she tends to do like the big, thick wool.
She loves doing blankets.
Yeah,
too.
she makes Afghans. Or I would make her something, and she was like, ooh, would it make good slippers? And I'm like, sure, we'll try. So I think I'm going to do the non-felted slippers, Biscotte's version. That's the name of the pattern, but by Louise Robert. And they're really cute. Do I have it up? There's a really cute little slipper. And I'll have to hold it double, but I'm going to try that out. And hopefully it'll work good. Will cotton acrylic work okay for slippers, or will they stretch? They'll probably stretch.
They'll make them snug, and they'll should be
stretch.
fine. They'll stretch a little for sure.
Oh well. I'll use some of that for that, and then make something else with the other one. But yeah, that was my purchase at Top Drawer.
It feels nice too.
It's a fabulous.
I'm
like if you
impressed
can't
with-
do wool, that's why I got it for Dano. If you can't do wool.
I'm impressed with acrylic yarns lately have gotten a lot better. Like it's not what I prefer to use, but
Yeah.
there are some times when you need that.
Yeah.
And
I try
they've
not to
gotten-
be a yarn snob.
They've gotten so much better. Like there are a couple that I really like. What did I get?
You got their
Oh, there it
alpaca.
is. Yeah, I know. I was looking for it. I've been feeling hats lately, and so I got Cascade Yarns Color Duo. It's an alpaca wool blend, 70% baby alpaca, 30% merino, and it's just like a single that is pretty mild looking, and it's cool. So soft. And it's totally going to be a hat. I have short hair now. I need a few more hats. I have a couple of really, really heavy ones, but not kind of middle weight. So this will be probably my next hat after this gray one's done.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got this weekend. All.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. So we were showing my mom all our new acquisitions, and she was like, "How much yarn do you guys have?"
So we added it
So
up.
on Ravelry, you can go to your stash and you can export a Excel spreadsheet and then just add up the remaining meters or yards column, whichever you want. I have 56 kilometers of yarn, and my Ravelry is not up to date. I haven't put in anything that I've bought this year, including 60 skeins of Estelle Worsted rainbow yarn. Yeah, though I also haven't taken out some of the stuff I've knit, but still, it's not up to date, and I have 56 kilometers. So that kind of prompted me to think maybe I need to knit a lot more and stop buying yarn. Yeah, but that's not going to happen. She had 49 kilometers, and I knit a lot faster than her, so I'm feeling okay.
Like I'm under 50, but you do knit faster than me.
Yeah.
I do want to knit more. I think my big thing is I've got to start watching stuff so that I can knit while I do it. But hockey season is starting.
Hockey season is coming?
That's much better for my knitting.
We went to see some live hockey.
It was awesome.
So the Canadian women's national team,
which is basically the Olympic team.
Yeah. It will be the Olympic team, but they do the national, like the Four Nations Cup coming up. So they came up here for their training camp and everything, and then played some games either against each other or against the local teenage, like junior B hockey. And we got to see it, and Shannon Zabados was in goal.
It was awesome. She was like 50 feet in front of us.
We were like, oh. If you don't know women's hockey, Shannon Zabados is an amazing goalie.
Yeah.
She has been in goal for the last 3 Olympics for the Canadian women's team. Yeah. And she's fabulous, and she played in men's leagues. Now she's playing in the NWHL, which is the National Women's Hockey League out of the States. Yeah. So we're going to have to watch some of that. She's playing for Buffalo. So,
yeah. I was like one of the American teams.
They're all American teams in the end.
Oh, right. I thought there was one Canadian, but there's not.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't keep track of the N at all last year. I unhockeyed last year. I don't know why. Yeah.
Anyway, it was fun. We were worried it was going to be really bad because, our local boys are not playing at quite the level of these women.
Well, and the one game we went to see of the
Junior Canucks.
Yes, the Dawson Creek Junior Canucks. There were more penalty minutes than minutes in the game. So it wasn't the greatest game, but playing against the women, they couldn't body check, they couldn't fight.
They were playing international rules.
It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, and I was surprised that they were actually better than I thought, the local team.
Yeah, they were.
Because when they're not just smashing each other against the boards, they
can
actually play hockey. But the women's team was amazing.
And it's funny because the women's team, like, most of these people had never played together. Like, Marie-Philippe Poulin, who is kind of the national women's hero because she scored goals in the Olympics. Anyway, She's fabulous. And so she had played with some of, like, they had played together. Some of the people were coming back, but there was lots of new women on the teams. And so we were kind of like, well, they've only played like 3 days with each other, but they're fabulous. And they pasted the Junior Canucks.
It was
apparently the second game they played against them actually went to like overtime.
It was 7-0.
6-0.
6-0.
But
and then they did a shootout for practice.
Yeah,
and
but truthfully, the boys
local
didn't
team
won
on the shoot.
Yes, and the boys didn't play that badly. It was just the women were just so
and
good.
especially their goalie wasn't quite as good.
Yeah, he tried.
Manorium.
No. Shannon Zabados.
Shannon Zabados is amazing.
She's like,
and so
her
even
and-
when they were making good plays to the goal,
They weren't getting any
getting
goals.
it.
Yeah. So Shannon Zabados and Haley Wickenheiser are like my hockey heroes. If I got a jersey, it would have one of them on the back. I've never quite went, yeah, I can spend $250 to $300 on a hockey jersey that I'll never ever wear. But oh yes, it was so fabulous to see her.
We were so sad because we had hoped to go see a whole bunch of games when they came,
and it happened to be the same weekend.
Happened to be the same weekend as the Fibre.
Yeah,
Fest.
we
so
were
we
like-
caught the one game before we left.
Yeah, we were like, okay, when they come, we're gonna go see like every game we can. And yeah,
Which
we
was
couldn't.
one game.
Which was one game. It was sad, but it was loads of fun. So yeah. But yeah. Oh, and hockey's coming. So that's what we were talking about. We're gonna knit while we watch hockey this year.
So we'll get through at least down to 45 kilometers of yarn for each of us.
That's 11 kilometers. That's a lot. And I have to update. So I'm gonna update my Ravelry.
Last year, before we started the Alaska Cal, we did a little, like, just with our local group, let's try to each challenge ourselves to knit however much. And she challenged herself to knit 10 kilometers of yarn. And I think it was over like 3 months.
Oh, it wasn't
I
that
did,
much over 3 months.
I did 5 kilometers. And
Yeah.
we both met our goals. And
It was over 6 months or a year. But anyway.
We can do it. We can knit more. We
can.
If we
And
focus.
Speaking of that rainbow yarn, I sold the 2 rainbow hats I had knit and brought to the store, so I've got to knit a couple more. It's fabulous. Because it was like, yay, they sold right away. So wow, we've been babbling. Okay, store news. We have a couple new things at the store. One is Regia. It's Arne and Carlos. It doesn't actually say that on here.
No, just the color line was designed by Arne and Carlos's colors.
It's the perfect rainbow color. So they're self-striping sock ones, and they're perfectly matchy-matchy.
So it's one ball, and it's the yellow divides the ball in half. So if you cut the yellow out, you get 2 exactly matching balls.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And we got a bunch of them, all the rainbow ones. They are pretty cool. I love the German sock yarns. They're so sturdy. I don't know if Regia is actually German.
It is. It's Schachenmayr.
Okay. But yeah, it's fabulous.
Yeah. They're the only ones that tend to hold up for me. I'm really hard on my socks.
Yeah.
German sock yarns they're awesome. They're hardy, and some are quite soft, some are quite
But they're
tough.
on your feet.
But you can find a range of them that suits your preference for how they feel. But they're all really hard wearing, high twist sock yarns.
Yeah, we got
and I love
a
them.
bunch of opal as well, and some Osterman Step. I like the Osterman Step because it's got the aloe vera and
Oh, hoba.
yeah.
So it kind of moisturizes your hands as you knit. It's fabulous.
I need.
Yeah.
And then you want to show those?
Oh, sure. We posted about some new shawl pins we got in on our Instagram, but I thought I'd show them on the podcast. So I should have brought a shawl to show them against.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. Okay, well, while she's talking, I'll show. Okay.
Oh, no, it's going to blow out, so you can't see it any better anyway.
They're just really cool. These ones are dragons. They're not on the greatest hangy cards, but... And then we got some that are really cool, like Celtic or Norse designs.
Not work and designs.
Yeah,
That's the Raven. That's one of the
cool.
Viking ones, Norse ones.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just really cool, and they work great as hairpins as well, or they work fabulous as shawl pins. I was wearing one on the other day. I can't remember. At the Fibre Fest, and then it was way too hot, so I took it off and sold that one. But
they're really nice.
They're great.
I'm pleased. We only got a few to try them out because it was a new supplier, and we love them, so we'll be getting more. They aren't in the Etsy shop yet. I had a few people ask about it, so I wanted to talk about them here. Sorry, my voice is going.
Yeah, do you want me to talk?
Yeah.
So Canada Post are basically our only postal system that we can access here, is possibly going on strike next week. So we reopened the Etsy shop after the Fibre Fest, and we did post a few more things that hadn't been on there before, but possibly they will take a while to ship if Canada Post goes on strike. Now, they have done this before. They've come very close to striking and then not actually gone on strike. So we are hoping. But we find out on Tuesday if they will be going on strike Wednesday. It's always very short notice.
Yeah.
So if they do, we'll probably just...
We'll close the Etsy shop while there's a strike on. Anything that's already in the mail will just be held up for the length of the strike, unfortunately, which is why we decided not to add these right away. Once we know if there isn't going to be a strike, we'll add all the new stuff like
and we
this.
have all sorts of new stuff to add onto the Etsy shop. But yeah, keep your fingers crossed. Because that also
toes work
means...
if you need your fingers for knitting.
Yes. It also means that we can't get new stuff in. Well, I mean, a few places can ship DHL or UPS, but they're really expensive. So we probably won't do that.
Yeah.
We'll just live. But we're hoping that they do not go on strike.
Hoping that the issues get resolved.
Yes, because...
Not just that it's legislated back.
Yes, because I mean, our Canada Post people that deliver here are amazing.
Awesome.
They deserve everything they want. But also, we don't want our rates to go up that much. So,
anyway, that was store news.
Okay.
You had said you wanted to see prizes when we did them, so
last podcast we drew for a prize for the Knit to Alaska Make Along, and it was one of our local ladies, Arlene. So we actually gave her the choice to pick some yarn, and she picked the Cascade Ultra Pima Cotton because she absolutely loved this color.
Yeah.
She picked out one, and we were like, take two. It's good. It's a beautiful cotton yarn. I really like it. Yeah. And she's so excited. So she picked out some cool.
Somebody local does too, since they stole our sample.
Yeah.
I knit up a cowl.
Oh, that's just bizarre. But yeah, it's a great cotton. Really soft and stuff.
Yeah.
And stuff. I'm so eloquent today.
It's soft and smooth.
Yeah, and these beautiful vibrant colors. We got all the really bright colors.
Yeah. And it doesn't really pill. Some cottons are really loosely spun and pill a lot. That one doesn't at all.
It's lovely.
It's really nice.
So very nice. So that was her prize. And we have another knit along coming.
Yes. So we've hinted at this one a bit and talked about it. But we're going to do a colorwork knit along. It's official. We're going to start October 1st and go till the end of the year. And it can include anything that involves at least two colors that are worked at the same time. So not stripes, but if it's slip stitch colorwork, or if it's mosaic or stranded colorwork or intarsia,
double knitting,
anything where you're working both strands on the same row, even brioche if you haven't tried it before. Two color brioche or three color brioche or whatever. That would be fine too. So it'll go October through December, and we'll put up a thread. I'll probably put up a thread this week, so you can start talking about what you plan on knitting.
We just keep the chatter and the final, like your pictures of finished products and stuff, all in the same thread, and we just go through and pick out.
Our group is small enough that we can handle the paperasse. We can handle going through the thread.
I don't know what the process is.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Whips are welcome as long as they're like under half done.
Yeah, we're not policing it, but if it's more than half done, we'd rather it not be included in this one.
Yeah. And all finished objects that are finished by the December 31st will be entered in a draw.
Yeah. So just include a photo of your project to show that it's done. I don't care if ends are woven in or if it's blocked.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if you've got a picture of a done object and ends are still sticking out, it will still count for the draw. But yeah, we'll do that till the end of the year. I know a few people are planning on doing some color work, and I've got some ideas too.
Maybe I should try.
You should do the double knitting. You should try the Sockception.
Well, maybe I'll start with a smaller double knitting project.
A mini sock.
I could do Sockception for a mini sock?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, because my like the double knitting project I want to do is the Peano #2. By the Sockmatician, and it's a long scarf.
It is a long scarf.
So I probably won't start with that.
Yeah.
And then Sockception is socks, so I probably won't start with that either.
Yeah.
But
I think that's it for yarn and knitting.
Yeah, culture consumed.
We already talked about the hockey, which was one of the things.
Hockey! Yep. Culture consumed. I have been starting many things and not finishing them. I did finish, I think I talked last podcast about reading the Librarians novel.
Yeah, you talked about reading one.
And I finished it, and it was very cute. And then I read the other Librarians novel that is out, and it was even cuter. So yeah.
So tonight.
That was fun. Well, actually, that's what the text was about.
Oh,
Dano can't come.
Oh,
Dano can't come. She forgot it was her boyfriend's birthday.
Oops.
So
I was going to say, Dano, one of our friends, and her sister are coming over to watch some Librarians tonight. But,
so I don't know.
But boyfriend's birthday probably comes over a cheesy TV show.
Probably. Yeah. And we've just been watching New Girl.
A lot of New Girl.
It is so funny.
It is. It's hysterical. I've never seen Zooey Deschanel in anything
before.
Yeah,
she's fabulous.
I'm really enjoying her. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a bizarre TV show about roommates. And hey, it just makes us
crazy roommates.
It makes us feel not quite so weird.
Yeah.
At least we do not throw anniversary parties.
Yes.
In one of the episodes, Schmidt, one of the roommates, throws a
Tinversary?
No,
Tinfinity.
Tinfinity. Him and Nick have been roommates for 10 years, so, he's celebrating their tin anniversary. And we were like, we are not that bad.
We're crazy. We're just not crazy.
Yeah. But, yeah. New Girl's been really fun.
Yeah.
What else?
I've been sleeping.
She has.
When we came back, Dano is a friend, but she's also one of our staff, and she hadn't been feeling well, and I think we both sort of were fighting off whatever bug she had, because I was not feeling well all week, and neither was Cindy. So yeah, I slept a lot. I didn't get much done.
But we watched a lot of New Girl because we could just sit there and veg out and knit. Yeah.
Sit on the couch and knit is about the level of energy I had.
And I'm absolutely positive that I read some books, but
yes, because you finished your 100th and 101st book.
I did. 100th was and this 102nd. I seriously don't remember. One was terrible. Oh,
because 99 was your first
Librarians
book.
No, I think that was 100.
No,
I actually finished it anyway. I read the Accidental Billionaires. It's the one about the founding of Facebook that the social network was based on. I really liked the movie Social Network.
It was
good. Though I had issues with Aaron Sorkin, of course, having terrible, no good female characters.
Yeah.
And then I read the book it was on, and actually Aaron Sorkin did a really good job because there were no female characters in the book.
He actually added some for the movie.
It's actually it's the truth, but oh my god, it was badly written, not all that interesting, and wow, it made everyone involved in Facebook look like a jerk. Which, I mean, possibly.
Yeah.
But wow, at least Aaron Sorkin made them. Oh, and amazing actors.
Yeah.
Made them
look like jerks
human
who were
beings.
human.
Yeah.
Not just...
Yeah. So that was a non-recommendation. I have no idea what else I read. Yes, I do. I finished a book. I finished The Badass Librarians of Timbuktu. Hi, sorry. Did I interrupt you?
No.
Okay. Which is about, it's set in Mali. I got to scratch Mali off my map. But anyway, it is about the Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb takeover of Timbuktu and parts of Mali in 2012, 2013. Can't remember the dates. It was really interesting. Really, really interesting.
Yeah.
I knew very little about it because, of course,
not publicized.
it's not talked about on our news, and I don't really read the news anyway, so...
One of the great courses I
Yes.
have done talked a bit
about
about it as well. So.
Yeah, and about, the librarians, because they have this huge collection of original manuscripts and from that area, because there was a huge flowering of science and stuff there.
It's like the closest we have to the library in Alexandria in modern times.
Yeah, and then when it was taken over, they like snuck all these manuscripts out in the middle of the night. It was really interesting.
Yeah. And like on risk of death, they were smuggling out manuscripts because they thought these can't be lost. Like,
yeah, because the AQIM had burnt a lot of manuscripts already. It was really interesting. I'll stop clicking my pen. Yeah, really interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a fascinating one.
It was. It covered that, like the librarians and everything, but it also covered like all this history of Timbuktu and of the Islamic terrorism in Africa, and I learned so much. It was fascinating.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So that is a recommendation.
I have not finished any books. I have gotten a few on the pile beside my bed. Like, I took more home because they looked good.
Yeah.
And I took home a new S.J. Linnea that's just an action-adventure one that sounded cool.
I thought you started that one and it was bad.
No, that was a different one.
Oh, okay. Took home a new Andy McDermott.
Took home a new Andy McDermott that I've never read before, and I always love his, so that'll be a fun one.
We have very different taste in books.
We really do.
I took home a history of Stalin's daughter.
But I do read nonfiction.
You do.
I just tend to read e-copies. Like,
you know what?
Physical books I get from here tend to be...
You should read the librarians' books.
I'd love the librarians' books.
Yeah.
And I also got an ebook of Raising Steam. So...
Oh, yeah.
Which I haven't read. I love the Terry Pratchett. I love the Moist von Lipwig books, which we listened to.
On the trip, we were listening to Going Postal.
Yeah.
To have it on audiobook.
Yeah. And I've read Going Postal and Making Money, but I'd never read Raising Steam. So
it's not as good as those two. It's good.
I mean, loved both of those. I'm sure I will enjoy Raising Steam.
But it was good, yeah. What else? Books. We like books.
We like books.
We like TV. We like hockey.
And we like knitting.
Oh,
and I like sleep.
I really like sleep. Oh.
That's been the biggest part this week. I've just...
Yeah.
Like, it was a fun weekend, but I still feel like I'm recuperating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Anyway. We are both definitely introverts. We do not get energized by being in a crowd of people.
No.
We get energized by hiding in our bedrooms and reading. or knitting.
And it can be fun. Like, I enjoy the time I spend with people.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm spending time with friends, or like the time we were at the Fibre Fest and
or
getting
just
to talk to
talking
new
to people here
was fabulous,
it's
and it was
just,
fun. But
it takes
it's
a lot of
draining.
energy. Yeah. Very.
And with that
Hey,
energy.
you didn't talk about this one.
Oh, I didn't.
She has another acquisition.
Well, sort of. I stole a skein from the store.
That's an acquisition.
Well, I didn't steal it. I bought it.
Yes.
But
It's Manos del Uruguay Alegría Grande. Sorry, do you want to talk about your own yarn?
we got in the Alegría Grande. We had the Alegría fingering weight before, and we decided we needed a new worsted weight.
It's soft like a pillow.
There you have it.
That's my
The
review.
squish factor review is soft like a pillow.
Yes, it is very nice.
It's a really nice base, and this color just grabbed me the minute we opened the package.
agave.
Yeah. I just love it.
There's
I love
some other
purples
colors
and
that I
blues.
really want, but no.
Yeah.
No yarn for me.
No
I
yarn.
have
This
to
was
knit some
going to be a
yarn.
hat too, but that was before I bought the green yarn in Prince George.
So you might put this
So-
back.
Well, no, I'll probably make a hat. But maybe I'll have 5 hats instead of 4.
Hats are great.
Hats are great. And it's super soft. And squish
squish,
factor
squish,
test.
squish. I just did that. Squish, 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 squish. We're dorks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
We
I
should
don't
sign
have
up.
much to talk about it because it's the same. Like, it feels the same as the Alegría. If you love Alegría, you'd love Alegría Grande. It's just the worsted version.
Yeah. Or if you're looking for a replacement for like Rios, that would be a good one.
Yeah, it's a little bit thinner than
A little bit thinner,
Rios.
but that nice same, really soft, squishy,
Yeah.
beautiful colors.
Yeah.
And we kind of went, oh, we have nothing really to talk about this week. And yet we've talked for an hour.
Yeah, we talked way too much. So, we'll let you go. Catch your breath.
I'm weird. I'm sorry.
You are weird.
That's all right. Everybody at the watched our podcast that was at the Fibre Fest was like, you guys are great. You're just as crazy in person as in real life. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, one
this
person
isn't
actually
put on.
said, oh, you guys are exactly the same in person.
Yeah. I think she came while we were setting up too. So I was like, Eames, just throw it in boxes and put it on the table.
I did.
And she was like, but no, like this. And I'm like, just get it all out before the doors open. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm more of a organize and like
I am too, but
meticulous. Things have to be done in a certain way.
Oh.
So I have a hard time
Since
with just
doing
the...
this business with her, I have gotten more fly by the seat of my pants because I have to.
I seem to be getting worse.
I mean, no, not at all.
Well, and it comes out more in what we do.
In things like that. Yes, yes. And like last night she was like, okay, so let's plan for in the morning. I'm like, we'll go to the store to do the podcast at 10 or at noon. We'll play the rest by the seat of our pants. She's like, but okay. Like, yeah. She's like, but okay, so what are we going to do for lunch? And I'm like, we'll see. Let's see if we're hungry.
She's so mean to me.
I am so mean. I'm just like we don't have to plan out every minute of every day. Especially if we did, the plan of my day, it would be like every hour would be a bathroom break.
And
Tiny,
on
tiny
the
bladder.
TMI note,
Oh.
I think...
Driving. I made it quite a ways without having to go pee on the drive. I was so impressed with myself. Sorry, you really didn't need to know that.
In case you wanted to know.
Tiny, tiny bladder.
I think we should go.
Before I start making faces at myself?
Because you have already started making faces. I'm going to say bye.
I do this even in mirrors
She does.
or shiny surfaces. I can't help it. I don't like my face, so I might as well make it look funny.
She's crazy. And I can't get her to stop. So I'm just going to say bye.
Bye!